In the first scene of Parent Trap, Sophie invites Lori and Nick to a family dinner because she believes they would get along over the evening. She chooses a classy restaurant where she waits for her parents beside Valentina, who gives his number to a hot waiter they encounter there. In shock, Lori and Nick make out in front of the restaurant, shocking Sophie. After spending the previous night together at Lollapalooza, they enter the location, greet their daughter one at a time, and act as if they are meeting each other for the first time. Then, Sophie demands an explanation regarding their connection after revealing that she saw them having a private moment just before they entered the restaurant. Knowing that Sophie is spending a lot of time with the restaurant owner, Lori says she went to see Nick. As a result of a series of events, Lori and Nick quickly began dating. Sid and Ellen converse about wanting Charlie and Jesse to vacate their separate residences in the meantime. Since Ellen can now afford her own home, she doesn't want Charlie's presence to impede her ability to date since she can't have dates over to her apartment because of the lack of privacy. Sid wants Jesse to leave the area since his wife Hannah is permanently moving back to New York City from Los Angeles. In an effort to encourage Charlie and Jesse to live together in an apartment rather than with the previous pair, Ellen and Sid attempt to roommate trap them. Charlie is sent to Jesse's apartment by Ellen, who makes out she needs some alone time there. She also leaves a game for Jesse and Charlie to connect over, but she and Sid are watching their pals via a concealed camera while they play the game. Then, when Charlie and Jesse begin to make arrangements to spend more time together and recognize each other as special ones, they start to surprise Ellen and Sid by bonding excessively. When Ellen and Sid get envious, they go to confront them. Since Sophie is not a part of Lori and Nick's relationship and cannot spend time with her parents together, Sophie finds it difficult to endure their relationship. Sophie rushes to Sid and Jesse's apartment and hides in the latter's room after clashing with Lori and Nick. She discusses with Jesse the effects of their brief connection on both of them. When Sophie does speak to Lori and Nick, they discuss the importance of second chances with her. During a wild night at Lollapalooza, the couple conceived Sophie without knowing anything about the other. Following a night of sensuality, they both dispersed and lost track of one another. They decided to give their relationship a second shot so that it lasts longer than just one intimate evening when Sophie served as a bridge between them. Sophie may have been moved by Lori and Nick's philosophy of giving anything a second opportunity since she must have thought back to her intimate night with Jesse. Similar to Lori and Nick's initial meeting, Sophie and Jesse's relationship is brief. Despite having affections for one another, they are unable to articulate or explain these sentiments, which keeps them apart. She seems to want to give her and Jesse's relationship a second try after learning more about her parents' attempts to make things work again. But since Parker is Jesse's girlfriend, she is prevented from following suit. Sophie is not supposed to be open about her love for the music instructor as long as there is another lady in Jesse's life. Parker, though, could not always be in Jesse's life, particularly given that he still has secret affections for Sophie. Their resolve to be friends rather than seek a romance is nothing more than flimsy enough to crumble once their love for one another become obvious. Furthermore, given that Sophie spends a lot of time with her boyfriend and his friends, Parker could find it difficult to ignore her passionate emotions for Jesse. She may not want to be in the center of an ongoing conflict if she learns about Jesse and Sophie's past, which would prompt the two friends to reconcile. Ellen and Sid see Jesse and Charlie establishing a sweet friendship over a short period of time. When Jesse and Charlie are questioned by the pair on the same topic, they admit to having seen the hidden camera. Then, Ellen and Sid are open about wanting Charlie and Jesse to vacate their separate residences. When Hannah returns to New York City so that they may live together as a family, Jesse gradually understands how Sid needs his own space. He is aware that Sid is now a husband who deserves to share a place with his wife and is no longer a bachelor who can put his closest buddy before his wife. Despite Ellen's request for Charlie to stay with her, Jesse agrees to shortly leave the residence. She understands the significance of such relationship after seeing Jesse and Sid's connection. She holds Charlie close to her since she understands that he is much more than just her roommate who covers half the rent. She doesn't want to sacrifice a person who loves her dearly for financial gain. She is aware that Charlie's influence on her life extends well beyond the condo rent he shares with her. Ellen, who has struggled with abandonment concerns her whole life, finally finds someone who really cares about her, and since she doesn't want that person to leave her, she asks Charlie to move in with her. Charlie gratefully accepts her request. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to comment, subscribe and give us a like. Subscribe